We have very urgent news analysis to get to you guys today. Let's begin by offering our condolences to the 2 United States soldiers that were fatalities as a result of IRGC missiles last night. And we begin with our program. President Donald Trump has not posted on Truth Social for more than 18 hours, which usually means that he has important meetings or something important has happened, which it has. And the president, according to multiple US officials, has now ordered to open the gates of hell on the IRGC, so we can expect a much broader operation tonight, which will probably include striking many of the targets across the country of Iran and the IRGC capabilities all together. If we take a look at the southern coast of Iran, the strikes are once again continuing tonight. I think that's the 8th night in a row. And even before we went live, they are continuing to degrade the defense capabilities along the southern coast in preparation for a bigger air campaign or a land invasion of the southern coast. They have struck Bandar Abbas bridges again. And not only that, they've actually struck bridges around Chabahar as well. Bridges, roads, and tunnels all across the southern coast of Iran have been struck, leading to Bandar Abbas, completely isolating the city and forcing workarounds. The Islamic Republic has paved dirt roads to get around these broken bridges and tunnels, but it seems that with the blockade back on and these roads that were workarounds to the blockade being struck, the timer and the ticker is running out for the Islamic Republic much faster. Russian and Chinese intelligence was believed to have been used when the IRGC struck the Jordanian base over the past 48 hours, resulting in 2 fatalities of United States service members, along with about 24 critically injured and wounded who may pass from their wounds, and another 50 or so troops that have been injured as a result of shrapnel or brain injuries from the explosions. Many of them have been airlifted to the Ramstein base in Germany or Israel for medical treatment, and I wish them the best. As a result of that, we believe that a significant response is on its way. As we speak, we've been hearing explosions over the past few hours, and I want to remind you guys that the United States has poured many more refueling aircraft and fighter jets and troops into the area recently, so we may be looking at full capacity operations, a 24-hour bombing campaign, etc., to punish the IRGC targets. The Islamic Republic, in the past couple of days, expanded its attacks on US bases and assets in terms of both quantity and the quality, which we've seen them strike head-on to barracks. They've been focusing on Jordan, which may be preparation for them to carry out more attacks on Israel. I'm giving this from the point of view of the IRGC. And they've also hit critical infrastructure in Kuwait, such as power plants and water desalination plants. They've also launched raids into Iraq to target Kurdistan groups and have been bombarding them constantly. That's what we're dealing with over the past 48 hours. And I actually, speaking of Kuwait, here is something, Armin, that is significant. So a second power plant and water desalination plant in the country of Kuwait was struck last night. And it's not looking so good for that country, because here's their official statement of the sort. It's in Arabic, but they only have 11 of them in the entire country. One of them got taken out 2 days ago. Another one got taken out today. So that's caused some pretty heavy energy outages in Kuwait.
Wait, energy outages? Is this a power plant or a water desalination?
It's both. They actually dual purpose their plants for both electricity generation and water desalination. It's in the same area.
So it was this. It's not just being targeted; it's actually putting it out of order.
Yeah. So they actually cited that there was extensive material damage and wounded like engineers and technical people. So it was a direct hit right on the facility.
A lot of the
Now,
attacks by the Islamic. By the way, guys, I also wanted to say my condolences to the Americans and honestly to everyone else as well. But Ali, there needs to be a huge response. Like this is United States should show that they're not going to be able to. Nobody, the whole world should show honestly that they cannot tolerate this. American soldiers are killed. Water desalination plants are being targeted. This could put millions of people at risk. Millions of people depend on this. And in the middle of desert, there's no water there. And now the Islamic Republic is also making aggressive moves to close Bab el-Mandeb, significantly putting pressure on global economy if they're successful with that. Bab el-Mandeb being closed, water desalination plants being targeted and destroyed apparently, and American soldiers being killed. What are we waiting for? We need to see something big happening against the Islamic Republic within the next couple of hours. Yeah, we need a major response. And again, this is not a regime that you could make any deals with. This is not a regime you could make any deals with. And I'm wondering if the Islamic Republic thinks that they are coming, because this is suicidal behavior. This is the kind of cards that you play if you think that you're about to collapse. But yeah, but people in the chat are saying finish them. Yeah, finish the job with them. Enough already.
Do you think that Donald Trump, after what has just happened with the infrastructure of the Persian Gulf Arab countries and the US troops having fatalities, go back to the negotiating table? Because this is a significant factor now that US fatalities are in play.
I don't know if they're going to go to the negotiation table. I just hope that whatever they do is not with an intention of actually coming to an agreement with them. I don't know if they will maybe want to trick them or something, buy time to prepare things. But right now, I don't know about what they're going to do later. But right now, before they do anything else, honestly, if they do go back to the negotiating table, there's going to be many people who are going to be extremely disappointed. Even if they have a 5D chess plan or whatever to get back to the negotiation table for an eventual downfall of the Islamic Republic, a lot of people are going to get really frustrated because they killed American soldiers, right? And this is not the only ones. But before whatever they're going to do in the long term, right now, the focus needs to be absolute devastating punishment of the Islamic Republic. These people, and by the way, guys, brace yourselves. There's going to be disgusting celebrations from the Islamic Republic and the regime supporters for these American soldiers being killed, right? And these people are going to be very happy that they finally managed to do something. And you need to make these people's celebration last as short as possible. You need to make these people regret what they just did. You need to make them wish that those American soldiers never died, that they didn't do this. You have to make them regret what happened here. Whatever happens later, right now, you need to make these people regret what just happened.
There are some apparently phone call conversations from White House correspondents, and they have said that they asked President Trump about his reaction to the Islamic Republic saying the MOU is no longer in play, because they did announce that. So Borrell, the foreign ministry spokesperson, came out and said the MOU is no longer a thing because the U.S. violated everything, so we're no longer abiding by it. And the White House correspondents asked Donald Trump, what do you think about that? He said, I couldn't care less. And they also asked him about the U.S. troops that were casualties, and he said that trying to get that statement, I read it earlier, but he said that it's very sad. It's very sad that that happens in the line of duty, but Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. So I think he's holding his cards close to his chest here. Pete Hegseth said that only stiffens our resolve, and we will see what the American response to that will be tonight. I assume it will be pretty significant tonight, tomorrow night, the day after. The ceasefire's off, the MOU's dead, there's casualties, infrastructure being struck, everything this week has escalated. We also have the video of not only the missiles hitting the Jordanian base, we also have videos hitting the the Kuwaiti infrastructure. For some reason. So I'm going to turn off because the sound of air conditioning is coming from that video. But Kuwait is looking like this. I don't know why he turned his phone to the side. That actually completely ruins the video there. But you can see the flames going on in Kuwait City. Now let's take a look at the map again and go up to see what else has the Islamic Republic been destroying. We go here to Jordan, and we go to the United States military base here, which took some direct hits. This was the preliminary report from the satellite imagery that we saw, that there were fires on the base. And we were warned that there may be mass casualties. The videos of the rockets impacting, the missiles impacting, are here. It seems like the first explosion actually didn't hit anything significant, but the second rocket coming in did.
That's the one that killed the 2 American soldiers, the second one?
People largely believe that that second missile, so this is the first missile, and it doesn't make a large impact. The second one largely is to believed is what's caused the fatalities.
Hmm.
Here is what the United States troops use on that base as a sort of defense. It's pretty much these concrete sort of shelters here, and they kind of huddle up with their gas masks like so. These are not designed to withstand ballistic missile or a cruise missile or any sort of missile attack, really. They're meant to cover up from small arms fire, shrapnel, and such. So directing, being hit here is what's largely believed to have caused the casualties. So these are the defenses of the base, largely like this.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.